Hello everybody, Xanaphar here, and today I'm doing a review of episode 22 of Ultraman Trigger.
If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like for this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So let's get into it.
What happened in this episode? So White Anus kidnapped Yuna because he wants to revive his planet and his people with the Eternity Core. Kengo and Akito go to save her and they have to tell the full moon. One of Anus traps reawakens and Kengo transforms the Untitled Trigger and starts battling the basically trap. Headram wants to use the Eternity Core to make the world Eternal Darkness and try to kill Yuna, and Anus transforms the Dark Trigger, starts battling Headram and eventually defeating Headram. Also, Anus couldn't do it because he cares about humanity and his friends too much. And Headram gets eaten by Camilla, and that's what happened in this episode. Let's talk about Anus. Anus did fantastic in this episode. I really like his motivation why he kidnapped Yuna, where he wants to bring back his people and his planet. It makes a lot of sense and it's very interesting. I also like the fact he's putting it on the front, like he don't care about Yuna and Akito and Kengo and humanity, but he really does, and that's something I find very interesting. Also, he had that final fight scene with Headram, so he finally gets his revenge and it's so nice to see. Let's talk about Kengo. Kengo does have a nice scene with Akito talking about basically Anus' motivation and what would he do, it happened to him, and honestly that's a very nice scene of the two. But Kengo is a dumbass by touching Anus' trap, saying don't touch this, and he freaking does. What the Kengo, you're stupid. Why? Akito in this episode is pretty fine. He has a nice moment with Kengo, what I already said, and also he has a nice moment with Yuna when he saves her and she gives him a hug, so very sweet. And also he is most hurt by Anus' betrayal, and he is the most mad about it, but he does forgive Anus when he fights Headram because he's showing him all. Yuna is fine in this episode. She mostly tells Anus she knows he's throwing on the front and knows he actually cares about humanity. The other gut select members and the captain don't do too much in this episode, except being mad at Anus, but they are spying on Kengo and Akito because, well, they don't trust them anymore, it seems like. Villains. Well, Headram fully betrayed Dargon and Camilla and tied them up. But Headram is now ready to make the world of Eternal Darkness, and he fights Dark Trigger and gets defeated by him, but this don't kill him, just hardly injures him. What do kill him though is Camilla. Camilla eats him. The effects are okay. Meta Mushishin's design looks okay, kinda goofy honestly though, so I'm not a huge fan of it, but it looks okay. A very nice fight scenes with Greta Trigger and Dark Trigger and Headram and Meta Mushishin, so the effects are okay in this episode. Criticisms. One of them is Kengo pushing a button when it says don't push it. That's just dumb. It's just dumb. I don't think any other Ultraman would ever do that. I think a lot more Ultramans are smarter than that, but I guess Kengo is one of the dumb ones. What did I like about this episode? I really like this scene in this story arc finally completed, and that's something I find very interesting. So I really liked that from this episode. So what is my overall thoughts and my overall rating for this episode? I thought this episode was just really okay, honestly. So I probably would give it, I think, a 7 out of 10. So that's it for this video. Tell me down below what you think of this episode. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Xanaphar is out. We all can agree, Dargon is gonna die in the next episode. Wait.